Imagine finding an old coin in your drawer, thinking it's just another ordinary pound, and then learning it could be worth a life-changing fortune, maybe $45,000, $67,000, or even $80,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly the kind of mystery that surrounds the 1983 one-pound coin from the United Kingdom. This small piece of metal has turned into one of the most talked about coins in the world of collectors, and today we're going to talk about why it's special, what makes some versions rare, and how you can check if your coin could be one of those valuable ones. Stay with me until the end because this story might just surprise you. The year 1983 was a big one for British money. Before that year, people still used one-pound notes. But in 1983, the Royal Mint introduced a brand new coin worth £1. It was round, made mostly of copper, nickel, and zinc, and it showed the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side. On the other side, there was a detailed design of the Royal Arms, the official symbol of the United Kingdom. The idea was to make a coin that would last longer than the paper note, and it quickly became common in everyone's pockets. Around 443 million of these coins were made, so it was not meant to be rare. Everyone had one, and for many years, it was just a normal everyday coin. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. While most 1983 one-pound coins are common and only worth their face value, there have been stories and reports of special versions, what collectors call error coins. These are coins that, during the minting process, came out a little different from the rest. It could be a small mistake, like an image struck slightly off-center, or something on the edge written upside down. Some of these rare mistakes can make coins worth thousands of dollars, and that's why people get so excited when they hear about an error 1983 one-pound coin. One of the most famous claims about this coin is about the edge lettering. If you look at the edge of a one-pound coin, you'll see tiny words engraved there, Decus et Titamen, which means an ornament and a safeguard. On some coins, the letters seem to be upside down compared to the Queen's face. Some sellers and online videos have claimed that this means the coin is an error and worth huge money, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars. There are also videos online saying things like, ultra-rare UK 1983 one-pound coin worth $80,000, which makes people rush to check their change. But is it really true? The truth is, the upside-down edge letters are not actually an error. When the Royal Mint makes coins, the edge lettering can be struck in either direction, so both orientations are completely normal. That means millions of coins have the letters facing one way, and millions face the other. They're all genuine, but not rare. Still, the rumor of a big money coin keeps spreading online, and that's why so many people are checking their £1,983 with hope in their eyes. That doesn't mean every 1983 coin is worthless, though. Coins that are in perfect condition, never used, shiny, and with no scratches are called uncirculated or proof coins. These can be worth a bit more to collectors, maybe around £50 or so, which is still a nice little bonus for something that's over 40 years old. But the truly expensive coins, the ones that could reach thousands of dollars, would need to be something much more special, like a genuine minting mistake that's been officially recognized by experts. Let's imagine what would make a 1983 one-pound coin truly worth $45,000 or more. It would have to be something like a coin struck on the wrong metal, maybe on a blank meant for another coin, or a coin where both sides were struck with the same design, a real, one-of-a-kind error. These kinds of errors do exist for other coins, and when they're confirmed and graded by trusted companies like NGC or PCGS, collectors can pay huge amounts. But so far, there's no proven sale record of a 1983 one-pound coin reaching anywhere near $45,000 or $80,000. So the viral videos claiming such high prices are mostly just hype. They make great headlines, but they're not backed up by real evidence. Still, it's fun to imagine. And it's true that a few 1983 coins have been sold for more than their face value, sometimes hundreds, rarely a few thousand if they had unusual features or were part of limited proof sets. The 1983 coin is also the first year of the pound coin, which gives it a special place in UK coin history. It's like the first chapter of a new story, and collectors always love first editions. That's one reason why people keep looking for it and why the excitement never dies down. If you want to check your own coin, there are a few simple steps. First, make sure it really says 1983 on the back. There were lots of £1 coins made in later years with different designs. Then look closely for anything unusual. The image might be slightly off, the edges could look uneven, or the text might seem blurry. If you think it's different from normal coins, don't just assume it's worth thousands. Get it checked by a professional coin dealer or grading company. They can tell you if it's a real mint error or just a regular coin. The important thing to remember is that coin collecting is about the thrill of the hunt. Even if most 1983 £1 coins are common, the chance that one special piece could exist keeps collectors searching. Just imagine being the person who discovers a true mint error that no one's seen before. That's the dream that makes this hobby so exciting. And who knows? Maybe one day, one of those coins really will sell for $80,000. For now, though, the reality is that most 1983 £1 coins are worth only a few pounds, unless they're in perfect mint condition. But they still hold history. They remind us of a time when the UK moved from paper notes to coins, when Queen Elizabeth's portrait first appeared on a new denomination, and when everyday change became part of British identity. So next time you come across a 1983 pound, don't just toss it aside. Look at it carefully. Check the edges, the design, the shine. You might not find a coin worth $80,000, but you'll be holding a small piece of history in your hand, a coin that started a new era for the UK, a coin that sparked excitement for decades, and a coin that still makes people wonder, what if mine is the rare one? Hey everyone, welcome back to OLD World Coins PK, where we talk about the most exciting and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today's video will absolutely blow your mind, because we are talking about one of the most iconic and rarest coins ever made, the 1976 Bicentennial Washington quarter dollar. This coin was made to celebrate 200 years of American independence, and it's not just beautiful, it can also be worth a fortune. Some of these quarters have been found with special minting errors or rare varieties that sold for $35,000, $53,000, and even up to $88,000. So don't skip a second of this video, because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for to find out if your 1976 quarter could be one of those valuable treasures. Imagine checking your old change jar and realizing that one small quarter could pay your bills, buy you a new car, or even change your life forever. That's why you need to stay with me till the end, because this coin has a story that's worth every second. The 1976 Bicentennial quarter is a special coin in U.S. history. Unlike other Washington quarters, this one doesn't show the usual date. Instead, it proudly shows 1776 to 1976 to celebrate America's 200th birthday. On the front, it has the familiar face of George Washington, but the back features a brand new design with a colonial drummer and a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies. It was one of the most patriotic designs ever made by the U.S. Mint, created by artist Jack L. Ahr. Millions of these coins were made in both Philadelphia and Denver, but what makes some of the 1976 coins so rare and valuable are the special mint errors and conditions that set them apart. The Denver Mint, marked with a small d under Washington's neck, produced hundreds of millions of quarters. But only a handful have the special features that make them worth thousands. These include double die strikes, off-center strikes, and transitional planchet errors. Each one tells a unique story of how small mistakes during minting can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1976 double die error. On this type of coin, you can see slight doubling on the letters or numbers, especially on the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." This doubling happens when the coin's design is struck twice slightly out of alignment. It's hard to spot with the naked eye, but under a magnifying glass, it's clear. If you happen to have one of these double-die 1976 quarters, it could easily be worth $5,000 to $15,000, and in perfect uncirculated condition, even more. Another very exciting variety is the off-center strike error. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly centered when struck, leaving part of the design missing. The more off-center the coin is, the more collectors are willing to pay. An off-center 1976 D quarter with a clear visible date can bring $2,000 to $4,000, but if the off-center strike is large and dramatic, values can skyrocket to $10,000 or more. Then there's the transitional era, the rarest of them all. Most 1976 D quarters were made with the regular copper-nickel clad metal, but a few were accidentally struck on 40% silver planchets meant for special collector sets. These are extremely rare and very valuable. You can test for this by weighing your coin. A normal clad quarter should weigh around 5.67 grams, while a 40% silver planchet will weigh about 5.75 grams or more. It might not sound like a big difference, but that tiny change can mean your coin is worth $35,000, $53,000, or even up to $88,000, depending on its condition and where it sells. Some of these silver era coins have been confirmed by top grading services like PCGS and NGC, selling for massive prices at auctions. One rare 1976 D Bicentennial quarter struck on a silver planchet sold for over $40,000. And another in mint state condition went beyond $70,000, shocking collectors everywhere. There are also examples of proof-like 1976 D quarters that look so shiny and sharp that they resemble special proof coins. These coins were likely struck from fresh dies, giving them a mirror-like finish. If your coin looks super glossy and reflective, it might be one of those rare examples. Graded high by professional services, such coins have sold for thousands of dollars too. Another thing that adds big value is the condition. If your 1976 D Bicentennial quarter has never been used, shows no scratches, and looks brand new, it could be graded MS67 or MS68, which means near perfect quality. Collectors will pay top dollar for these because they're so hard to find after almost 50 years. Even without an error, a flawless 1976 D Bicentennial quarter in mint state can be worth $500 to $1,500, and that's just the start. The key is to inspect your coins carefully. Look for signs of doubling, check if the coin is off-center, look closely at the edges to see if it looks silvery instead of showing a copper line, and if possible, weigh it. If it feels a bit heavier, it could be one of those ultra-rare silver transitional errors. It's incredible how small details like this can turn a simple 25-cent piece into something worth tens of thousands of dollars. Remember, this coin was made to celebrate freedom and history, and now it's helping collectors and lucky finders earn life-changing amounts. Stories have surfaced of people discovering rare bicentennial quarters in pocket change, in old coin rolls, or even in inherited coin jars. Just imagine finding one and realizing it's worth $53,000 or more. That's not a dream, it's reality for a few lucky people who took the time to check carefully. So before you spend any old bicentennial quarters, take a moment to look at them. That one coin could be hiding something special that nobody noticed before. These coins represent the heart of American history, the celebration of independence, and for collectors, they represent the thrill of discovery. So always check your change, search your drawers, and go through your old collections, because you never know when you might come across a coin that could change your life. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this incredible 1976 D Bicentennial Washington quarter, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to OLD World Coins PK for more amazing stories and valuable discoveries. Who knows, the next rare coin we talk about might already be sitting right in your hands.